بناء على طلب حد زي بنعمل دروينج للفاير بروتكشن اكويبمنت جوه الفاير بامب روم. عندنا هنا we have a water tank storage water tank combined for domestic and fire protection services. Let's start with calculating the effective water capacity. We have here a 750 GBM fire pump, three fire pumps, one electrical, one diesel, and one jockey pump. According to the hydraulic calculations, according to NV 13 and NV 14. The first task we have to do is to calculate the bottle flanges location. Let's close the layer of the architecture. The exact locations of tank openings is an important task, as it may be submitted during the construction of the concrete walls, so the locations shall be exact and coordinated with the structure team. For the fire capacity, we have, as I mentioned, 750 GPM multiplied by storage duration of 60 minutes, 45,000 gallon. This is equivalent to approximately 100 128 meter cube. Is the storage water capacity of fire protection system inside the tank. For the domestic and other services can be calculated separately, but the outlet or suction connections of fire protection shall be at the lowest level. This is according to NVA 13. The suction piping of fire protection services shall be at the lowest point, as shown here. Okay, so according to NVA 13, sorry, NVA 20, the sizes of suction and discharge pipes shall be according to this table. And find it in section. Centrifugal fire pump data, metric, and this is the US units. For 750 GBM, the suction size 6 inches, discharge 6 inches. Table 4.28. Let's take a snapshot. As we are going to look for other parameters. Okay, also according to NFDA 20, we will start with the anti-vortex plate to prevent any vortices to accumulate at the suction inlet of the fire pump. The anti-vortex plate, its size shall be 2 diameter multiplied by 2 diameter. The diameter here is 6 inches, so its size will be 12 inches by 12 inches. Is equivalent to 305 millimeters. Wire suction is the minimum size, 600 multiplied by 600 is more than enough. The next question is the installation level of anti-vortex plate. As we are working on AutoCAD, is too difficult to show, so I will revert to Revit to show this on 3D dimensions. Let's take a section and discuss some or the important factors locating the anti-vortex plate. According to NVA 20, it shall be located from the bottom of the tank at least half the diameter or 6 inch, whichever is greater. So 6 inch will be greater. Half the diameter equals to 3 inches, but 6 inches, so 6 inches will be considered in the greater dimension. Let's take a cross section at the anti-vortex plate and measure 6 hundredths or 6 feet is equivalent to 150 millimeters. is the exact location of anti-vortex plate. The anti-vortex plate, we have to look at the manufacturer catalogs, have a class 150 flange, steel flange. We have to note that all piping connections in fire pump rooms, according to NFPA 20, shall be flanged connections. To keep it easy for the maintenance team to perform all the tasks easily and uh, without interrupting the system for long times. As we know, welding not recommended because for any leakage or any issue in fire pump room, it will take longer time to solve or maintain this issue. So we have to consider flanged connection. Dimensions of this flange connection above the 150 we talked about. We can take it 10 centimeters or 100 additional 100 millimeters for the flanged connection. Then we can consider a short piece of pipe, additional 5 centimeters or 50 millimeters. Then we can install a long radius elbow. A long radius fire turn radius elbow. This is according to NFPA 20. We have to install a long turn radius, 90-degree long turn radius. One hundred 50 additional 50 millimeters for the flanged connection and a short piece pipe. After the long radius elbow, we have to continue with the horizontal 6-inch fire pipe. So this will be the exact elevation of the bottle flange connection. Is the opening of the bottle flange connection inside the wall, and the dimension of the bottle flange will be according to manufacturer's catalog. Inside diameter equals to the inside diameter of steel pipe. For 100 50 millimeter pipe, the length of the bottle flange will be minimum 300 millimeters. Some manufacturers will give you higher values of lenses and minor modification in uh, outer diameter or sleeve size, but we will consider this one now. So the length will be is the exact location of the body flange. The purpose of the body flange is to prevent, this is a cat block also of the body flange. The main purpose is to prevent any leakage of water from inside the tank to the pump room. After drawing the body flange, we will continue with the horizontal pipe run, considering that all fittings, as I mentioned, shall be flanged connections. And from each compartment, the two suction pipes will combine to a common header with the same size or higher, 150 or 200 millimeters. The next task is to locate the fire pumps for the electrical and diesel pumps. For now, the level of the horizontal header and suction line is determined, as I mentioned, based on the anti-vortex plate, flange connection, and the long radius elbow, as I showed in the section drawing on Revit. For the suction line of the fire pumps, let's talk about, firstly, about the orientation of the fire pumps. For the electrical fire pump, especially the electrical fire pump, we have a question here. Is it correct to locate the pump in this location or the motor to the right of the suction line or to the left of the suction line? The answer on this question will determine the exact location of the concrete bed. We also should consider, as shown here, is an image from a fire pump room. Fire pumps are provided with a steel skid, as shown here, with a certain height. We have the level of the suction line determined, as I mentioned, according to anti-vortex plate level and the long radius height of the suction line. For this horizontal line, we have to consider the skid length or height of the fire pump and the height of the concrete bed. So the height of the suction line will also be checked according to the fire pump skid height, either the electrical or the diesel pump. Uh, and it shall be installed in a concrete foundation. Dimensions shall extend away from the perimeter of the skid by at least 20 centimeters or 200 millimeter. In the suction line, we have to check or to confirm that no any valves or no any valves are installed between the inlet flange of the pump and any valve by a distance not less than 10 times the diameter of the suction line. We have here the suction line is 150 millimeter multiplied by 10 is equivalent to 1.5 meters. So a minimum distance between the suction flange and any valve. This is a mistake in this drawing. Valves shall be located on suction line from each compartment to keep the mentioned distance 10 times the diameter of the suction line. Suction line shall include a OS and Y gate valve, normally open. OS and Y gate valve. NVS 20 required to install or not mandatory to install a strainer in the suction line, but recommended, especially if the water suction or water withdrawal is from external networks or lakes. In some regions, the source of water supply is from lakes or seas, so a strainer shall be installed in this condition. We have to note here that all fittings are flanged. In some cases, some suppliers provide the fire pump with flange dimensions not similar to the suction pipe dimension. So in this case, we have to install centric reducers like this. These reducers not recommended. This is according to NV 20. The recommended one is the tapered reducers. The reason for the horizontal side of the reducer is to eliminate any vapors that may accumulate at this side due to cavitation at excessive velocities. So, eccentric reducers shall be considered. Let's stop here. This is the first video, and we talked about all the accessories and important factors that shall be considered in the suction line from the tank to fire pumps. Thank you.